This is the only diet video you ever need to watch. Now, I made a video like this about 2 years ago, but I look back on that video and it's very outdated, all right? And it's actually one of my subscribers that suggested this topic, and I'm gonna do my best to actually show you guys everything that has to do with diet and actually tell you what you need to do when it comes to your diet, how important it is, and show you the ultimate strategy to make sure that you're dieting like a boss for any fitness goal you have, whether it's weight loss, whether it's fat loss, whether it's weight gain, whether it's muscle gain. This is the only video that you're ever going to need. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Now, before we begin, I just want to tell you how important your diet is when it comes to any fitness goal you have, and even in life in general. Your diet is going to account for 80% of how you look, how you feel, what your hormone profile looks like, and basically every other thing that happens in your body. If you have a shit diet, you're probably gonna look like shit and you're probably gonna feel like shit. But if you have a great diet and you're able to structure your diet properly, everything is just gonna fall into place in your life. So let's get into point number one, calories. Now, calories are king of everything that you do when it comes to your diet, all right? If your calories don't match up with your goals, you're never gonna achieve those goals, okay? This is where you should start when you're trying to structure a diet. Calories in, calories out, okay? You have to calculate the total amount of calories that you need to eat in order for you to achieve that goal that you want to achieve. So for instance, if you're trying to lose weight, you need to be in a calorie deficit. Now, everybody is going to have a different calorie deficit, and there are a whole bunch of calculators online that will tell you how to calculate what your calorie deficit is. There's this one that tells you to do your body weight, multiply it by some number, subtract some number. That is false. That doesn't work for most people, okay? Just because everyone has different calorie requirements depending on what you do, how active you are, and exactly what you're eating. Even your body type is also going to determine what your calorie requirement should be. The way I do this is I know that it's going to be a number between 2,000 and 3,000 calories, okay? You want to pick any number in that range because 2,000, under 2,000 is way too low, over 3,000 is way too high. Pick a number in that range and then eat that amount of calories for the week. So say you want to lose weight, right? You should be aiming to lose 1 to 3 pounds every single week, and you started with 2,500 calories. You ate 2,500 calories for the whole week, you didn't lose any weight. Now you have to cut down that calorie number by 200. So for the next week, you do 2,300, and you keep doing this process until you're able to lose 1 to 3 pounds per week, okay? This is the goal when it comes to your calories, all right? If you don't fix that calorie requirement, then you're never going to actually see any progress regardless of what you eat. A lot of people message me and tell me how they're eating healthy, they're eating more fruits, they're eating more vegetables, but they're not still able to lose weight. And I ask them, are you tracking your calories? And 99% of the time, they're not, all right? And guys, it doesn't really matter how often you eat as well. If you're somebody that's eating once a day and saying that, oh, I'm only eating once a day, why am I not losing any weight? This is because you're still eating a huge amount of calories in that one time you're eating throughout the day, all right? So I'll give you another example. Say there's one guy that's eating once a day, and that person ate 2 boxes of pizza, a large pizza, for that one time they ate. And then there's another person that ate 4 times a day, but for breakfast they had maybe yogurt, for lunch they had, something like egg, for another meal or for a snack they had something like popcorn, which is low in calories, and then for dinner they had maybe ground beef, lean ground beef with rice and veggies. When you look at it, this person ate 4 times a day, this person ate once, but this person that ate the pizza overall consumed more calories than the person that ate 4 times a day. The person that ate 4 times a day will lose weight. The person that ate only once a day is still going to continue gaining weight. So fix your calories and make sure that that's on point, and this is where we're going to start. Number 2, you want to follow the 50-30-20 rule. What is this rule? 50% of your calories should come from protein, 30% should come from carbs, and 20% should come from fat. Now I'm going to explain to you why this is. Protein is the single most important macronutrient you need in your diet. Protein helps with your metabolism. Protein helps you build muscle. Protein helps you lose fat. Protein helps you stay full throughout the day, so you're not craving all the unhealthy shit that you usually crave on your diet, okay? So if you're eating 50% protein throughout the day, you're gonna stay fuller and you're gonna be able to eat a lower amount of calories as a result. Now, 30% carb. Why do we eat carbs? A lot of people don't want to eat carbs. They want to skip out on carbs and just eat only fats and protein and be on a diet. Guys, if you didn't know, carbs only contain 4 calories per gram, while fats contain 9 calories per gram. So if you ate 10 grams of fat, that's 90 calories in your diet. But if you ate the same 10 grams in carbs, that's only 40 calories. So for those of you that are only eating fats and skipping out on carbs, you're basically doubling the amount of calories that you're actually eating. And I am not sure where you got this from, but that does not make any sense if you're on a diet, okay? The reason why we want carbs is because carbs are your primary energy source. That's the primary energy source for your body. Your body needs carbs. If you're trying to lose weight, then you're probably trying to build some muscle too. So for you to build muscle, you're gonna need to hit the gym. You're gonna need to lift weights. And I don't care what anyone tells you, but if you go to the gym and you've not had any type of carbs, you don't have any glycogen, you're gonna be weak as shit, right? You're not gonna be able to lift as much weight just because you don't have any glycogen stored in your body. You don't have any glycogen in your muscles that your body can pull out of to give you that strength to lift those heavy weights and to actually push yourself in the gym, all right? Fats is going to help you too. Fats can convert to energy, but that process is so much slower than it is when you're actually converting carbs into energy. So for me, I don't take any pre-workout. So what I do is I have a carb-filled breakfast with protein, and then I go to the gym and I lift great, and then that's what I do throughout the day, right? I don't do pre-workout. I don't take creatine anymore, even though I know creatine is really good. Creatine is great, but I just don't do that. Okay, so you're gonna need 30% carbs and then 20% fats. Okay, fats are just for your hormone profile, and fats are also like very filling. Okay, so you want to actually have some fat to make sure that your diet is very balanced. Okay, so this is number 2, and now let's go on to number 3. Now, if you're liking the content so far, make sure to give this video a like and subscribe to the page for more videos like this. I make videos talking about a whole lot of things to help you improve your mindset, to help you with fat loss, to help you with muscle gain, and to help you live a much healthier lifestyle. Now let's get into number 3, protein. Protein is, as I said in the last point, the most important macronutrients that you are going to need in your diet, okay? So you guys want to aim for 0.6 to 1 gram of protein per pound of lean body weight. Emphasis on lean body weight. A lot of you guys think, oh, I weigh 300 pounds now. That means I have to eat 300 grams of protein. No, 300 pounds is not your lean body weight. So say you weigh 300 pounds and you have to lose 100 pounds to actually get lean. That's going to put you at 200 pounds. So you want to eat 200 grams of protein, not 300. This is how you calculate the protein that you should eat. Think about, okay, how much weight do I want to lose? Where do I want to get to? Okay, what weight was I at my healthiest? That weight is what you want to eat in grams of protein. So let's say you're 200 pounds now, but at your healthiest weight, you were 170 pounds. That means you need to eat 170 grams of protein. That makes sense? All right. So how do we get this protein in? You want to get this protein in by eating either something that has to do with meat. Meat is going to give you the best bang for your buck. So like lean meats, like chicken breast, all right? Lean ground beef, like 90% ground beef, or maybe like beef for stew, or some type of steak that doesn't have a lot of fat in it, okay? This is what you want to eat. You can also supplement with things like protein shakes. So you could get whey protein. These are really cheap. You can get them at most stores, or you can order it from Amazon, different flavors, and just like mix it in water and then drink. You can also get drinks like protein drinks like Muscle Milk or Premier Protein. These are like protein options that you can take on the go. So for instance, maybe you're rushing to work and you don't have time to actually make a meal, or you don't have time to mix your protein shake, then you can grab a bottle of Premier Protein, put it in your bag, and then have it to go. All right, you just open it, drink it. It gives you like, I think 30 grams of protein in each. And I do this all the time. I drink this all the time. I literally have one of those cartons like sitting in my kitchen right now. And those are staples in my diet. And that is what you're going to need to do too if you want to make sure that you're eating the right amount of protein and you're fulfilling all your protein requirements for the day, right? If you're doing this meal by meal basis, what you want to do is you want to eat at least 30 to 40 grams of protein per meal, okay? You might want to eat more than that. Let's say if you're eating 3 times a day, right? You're eating 3 meals a day and you need to eat 150 grams of protein. So what you want to do is aim for 30 to 40 grams of protein in every single meal. So let's say you do 40, that's going to put you at 120. And then the rest of the 30, you just mix a protein shake. No, a scoop and a half of whey protein, boom, you hit that one and you're all set for the day. Do this every single day. You're going to improve your diet. You're going to have all the benefits that I talked about in the last point when it comes to protein. I'm not going to repeat it over and over again. And that's going to actually help you get in much better shape. Number 4, food selection. Now, when it comes to food selection, we've talked about calories. We've talked about, how to structure your calories and how to structure your macros. We've talked about the importance of protein. But now let's talk about the importance of food selection. When it comes to food selection, you want to follow the 80-20 rule. This is what I do, and this is what I tell most of my clients to do. Guys, you cannot eat 100% healthy and think that you're going to do this for the rest of your life. If you're eating 100% healthy, at some points you're going to get bored, okay? You can't have ice cream, you can't have cake, you can't have pizza. Like, that's going to get boring very fast, and that's going to lead to cravings, okay? That's why we do the 80-20 rule. So 80% of your calories is going to come from healthy stuff, whole foods, all that good stuff. And then 20% is going to come from all the other stuff. The other stuff that might not really be considered healthy, but is still important for you to have so you're actually enjoying your life. All right. I'm not the guy that's going to tell you, oh, you eat your vegetables and eat your chicken breast every day, every single day, and that's how you're going to get in shape. No, guys, I preach balance. Okay. You want to do a lot of things right, and then you also want to have room that you can have other things that you actually like once or twice a week, right? If you're someone that goes out drinking with your friends from time to time, let's say you go out once every 2 weeks to drink. Yes, you can go out, you can have a drink or two. That's not a crime, okay? That's not going to set you back years of progress, okay? So 80% of your food should come from healthy stuff, whole foods. When I talk about whole foods, what am I talking about? Your beef, your chicken, all right? Your veggies, your potatoes, your rice, your pasta, right? All these things are whole single ingredient foods that are actually going to help you stay healthier and hit those goals. Those things are also easier to track. Like, how do you track a slice of pizza? If you go on, MyFitnessPal and you put in slice of pizza, there's so many things. What type of pizza is it? What are the toppings that you use? Okay. So it's harder to track a slice of pizza than it is to track potatoes. If you have potatoes and you're like, okay, this is one potato that I have. This potato weighs, like 50 grams. Okay. It's just going to spit out a figure for you and be like, okay, 50 grams of potatoes, this is the amount of calories. So you have a much easier time tracking your calories if you're eating primarily healthy foods. All right. So this is what you do when it comes to your food selection. And once you're able to do this, then you're one step closer to actually hitting those fitness goals that you've set for yourself. Number 5, let's talk about sustainability. Okay. So sustainability is what you guys have to do on your diet in order for you to do this forever. Guys, you're going to be doing this for the rest of your life. That might sound insane right now, but the reason why it sounds insane is because you guys are doing all this crazy shit when it comes to your diet, all right? You're restricting yourself, you're restricting your calories, you're doing some wild shit when it comes to your diet. You want to change up how you eat every single week. You're doing this, you're doing that. And what you're doing is you're not able to sustain it for a long time. Guys, I've been eating the exact same way now for the last 2 to 3 years. I haven't gotten tired of it. I can eat that way for the rest of my life. I usually tell you guys what my breakfast usually is. If I'm not having a sandwich with eggs, I'm having some granola with a protein shake. For lunch, I might have another protein shake, or I might have some yogurt with peanuts. For dinner, I could have like some chicken and some rice and a sauce, or I could have some ground beef and some rice. That's basically all I eat, all right? In there, yes, I do snack. In there, yes, I do go out once in a while and eat out. Maybe once a week I go out to eat, and once in a while I also go out drinking with my friends, okay? And this has helped me sustain my diet all through the year, all through these years. I always look the same exact way, even in the summer, even in the fall, even in the winter, because my diet has stayed consistent. If you guys are changing things up every single week, trying different things, trying different stuff, then you're not going to be able to sustain it forever, right? Guys, I always say simple skills, complex fails, okay? The more simpler you can keep it, what you want to do is figure out the things that you like to eat, all right? Figure out your favorite foods. Make a list, right? Protein. What do I like to eat for protein? Personally, I don't like to eat fish, so fish is not a staple in my diet, okay? It's going to be ground beef, it's going to be chicken, it's going to be drumsticks. That's what I like to eat. All right, so list out the protein sources that you really like, list out the carb sources that you really like, list out the fat sources that you really like, and then create a grocery list, and these are the things that you want to get. Make sure that you get those things every single time you're buying your groceries, and then structure those things in such a way that you're able to hit your calorie goal without even thinking about it throughout the day. Like sometimes I wake up, I don't even track my calories, and I'm still eating the exact same way, just because it has been ingrained in my mind how to eat that way. And I've been doing that for years now, okay? So this is the way that you're going to actually sustain your diet and make it work for you for the rest of your life. Number 6, meal prep. Okay, guys? Guys, meal prep has saved me so much time, and it has saved me so much work and so much effort. Guys, my dinner is already set. My dinner till the end of the week is already set. This is because on the weekends, what I do is I'm gonna go to a grocery store, right? I'm not going to all the little stores. I'm going to like the big stores like Costco's. I'm going to BJ's. These are places where you can get stuff wholesale instead of buying the little things that you actually buy in the regular grocery stores. It's also gonna save you money. So you wanna go to one of those big stores, get a whole bunch of stuff that you know you're going to eat throughout the week. Take a couple of hours. It could be like an hour or two. It takes me about an hour or two to actually make all my meals for the week. Okay? An hour or two, block that time out, put on your headphones, get in the kitchen, and just start cooking. All right? Cook all your beef, cook all your chicken. If you want an easy way to make the chicken, what I do is I just basically spice it up, marinate it, and I just throw it in the oven. And then I have all my chicken, it's out, and then I just slice it up, put it in a big bowl, and then just put it in the freezer or put it in the fridge, whichever, right? And then when I'm back from work, or after working throughout the day, or after going out, or after doing anything and I'm just exhausted, what do? I come back, grab it, measure out how much I need to eat. So let's say if I need to eat like 10 ounces of chicken for dinner, I have a scale, like a food scale. So I bring out my chicken, I put a plate on the scale, measure out 10 ounces, warm it up, right? If I'm boiling rice, maybe 100 grams of rice, I measure it out, boil my 100 grams of rice, takes like 10 minutes, and then I have a meal, and maybe I have a sauce on it or something else, okay? So if you can meal prep for the week, this is going to make it so much easier for you to stick to your diet, all right? So if you're eating 22 to 2,500 calories and you've meal prepped everything that you have to eat that week, it's going to be easier for you to stick to that 22 to 2,500 calories. You're not going to come back home and say, oh shit, my fridge is empty, now I have to order Uber Eats, right? A lot of you guys, you live on Uber Eats. You're basically Uber Eats' favorite customer, right? DoorDash is the first app on your phone when it comes to your phone suggestions, all right? So you guys want to stop doing all that, go do some grocery shopping, get some things that you know you like to eat, make it wholesale stuff that you can cook all at once, spend 1 to 2 hours, get the meals done. If you're married, you have a partner, and you know they can do that for you, then let them do that for you too, all right? There's no excuse. You can do this. right? You definitely have at least 1 to 2 hours throughout your week where you can actually do this. And if you're able to do all these 6 things that I mentioned in this video, you're never going to have to watch another diet video again. All right. So I hope that this video, and thank you to that subscriber that actually suggested this video. I definitely needed to make an updated version of it. And if you guys are able to do this, you're going to have a much better time when it comes to your diet, and you're going to hit all your fitness goals. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you all in the next video.